Aspect of it is failure, and success has many brothers, and failure is not fun.
Having published for others for 45 years, what was it like finally sitting down and working on your own book and seeing it published and you becoming an author? Did you learn anything from that experience?
But let me tell you something. I've had two experiences about books written by family members. One was by Tunde, my son. You know, he was running around the whole world, you know. Brazil tomorrow, French yesterday, Norway the day before, all at my own expense, of course. And then one day, he sent me a manuscript, a children's book. I said, Pa, I've written this manuscript, would you like to publish it? Oh, Tunde wrote me a book. Okay, fine enough. But would I read it? I didn't. I just called my publishing department and said, look, that's a manuscript for you. Look at it. If it's publishable, and before they do it, they were writing to each other, you know, and they published the book. And you know what happened? It got an honorable mention in Norma Award. A Norma Award. That's a children's. So that's an experience. When I was writing this book, I wrote it, and I got so many people to read it and criticize it before it came out. Do you get my point? Yeah. Some of them always said the grammar was no good, blah, 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 or no, or oh yeah, the grammar was no good. I mean, can you, you know, but again, I did it by this, dictating the book, but the content is fine, and it had to be published by the publishing department for it to see the light of day. So it's not an easy proposition. That's why I said any book has a long gestation period. When you think about it, and before you see it on the bookshelf, it takes at least 9 months, 1 year.
One of my favorite parts in your book is page 75, where you met a beautiful young Norwegian woman, and you asked her for a dance, and you wrote here, she did, and we danced and danced and danced, and up till the time of writing this book, many, many years after that first dance, we are still dancing. Your wife, of course. How has she been a part of your experience as a publisher for 45 years?
Well, whether she's an architect, okay, what she's done for me, and right from the word, first of all, look, you must have heard that adage that behind or by the side of a very, very successful man is a woman. Look, make no mistake about it. If you don't have a stable home and you don't have a friend, a wife, forget it. No success. I can tell you that. Ask anybody. So we work together all the time. I woke up and I said, look, okay, that's the land. I want a factory design in 6 months, and she did it. I want to build a factory in 6 months. I want to put machines there, and we worked together, and she did it. When I was compiling the book, we sat down together because I had to cut the book and paste it. Because when, you know, she helped, I couldn't get anybody to do that. I mean, otherwise, you can't do it in the office. It's a weekend job. Because, I mean, it has to do, the book was coming out quarterly, every quarter, sustained by advertisements. New products are coming to the market. I had to put the new products in the market. At one time, it became so popular. I became, look, I mean, as I said, in the pharmaceutical world, I was somebody else. And a lot of people thought that I was, well, they called me a genius, but I wasn't a genius. I'm just a bit smart.
I know writing can be very challenging, can be a gruesome experience at times. I'm curious, how long did it take you to write this book?
About 1 year. It's difficult to write a book, I can tell you that. Because the book has to be good. And it has to meet a standard. And that's what we do with other publishers' books. So if I'm writing one, it has to be that standard. And so I had to work at it. I had to get assessment. I got quite a lot of people. If I could mention the number of people that read the book and criticized it, and before we got to the final lesson.
Finally, I can't miss the opportunity of asking you this. You are an icon in Nigeria's publishing industry. What do you think is the biggest challenge or the biggest threat to Nigeria's publishing sector?
We have not started. There's no publishing in Nigeria at the moment. Almost all publishers are hustlers. Want to make quick money and buy Jeep, or divert the money to someone else. Well, you can't. I didn't divert any money. Have you been to Literamed? Well, you see what it's in the book. See how I did it systematically. I built 100. It's investment, building capacity to achieve a certain objective, and that's what happened there. Not, I mean, I didn't do it because I also wrote in the book. I bought that land 40 years ago. When in 1979, my bank manager, I asked my bank manager to lend me money. And you know what he told me? What do you want to buy? Why are you so naive? Why do you want to build a printing press? Why do you want to go into industry with all these problems? You can build a warehouse and make so much money. In fact, give me an example of people who had lent money to build houses. And you know what I said to him? I was maybe 37 or 40 or 47 at the time. I said, what do I do now? Do I become a vegetable after you lend me money? Run around the whole world at 40 aimlessly? No. You only succeed when you have a successor. If you don't have a successor, you have failed. I'm lucky I have a successor who can take Literamed to greater heights, and he has started. Are you with me? That's the only way I can say it. He understands business. He is himself as an author. He understands the book, and he understands publishing. So I'm there. You can ask me any questions, but I can assure you, touch wood, Literamed is going to, you'll hear about it. Well, maybe another 45 years, we'll probably be like a big indigenous publisher in Africa. That I can say. And right now, we sell books in Ghana, and we're going to go to West Africa soon. And most of our books we'll put on the internet, digital books. That's a single time. Thank you.
Absolutely enjoyed
Thank you.
it. You can see I've scribbled so much on it.
Hmm?
If you open the page,
Yes.
I've written so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like the book because that is the essence. I want to make a difference. I'm glad I have done.
I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget you can always join us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olayinka Lawal. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.